call the 8th meeting of this year, Village Board of Trustees, the Village of Depew, June 22nd, 2026. We're running just a little bit late, it's 7:06. The pledge by Trustee Kraft.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's remain standing for a second. May we take a moment to pause, reflect, and connect with the spirit of peace and understanding that resides within each of us. Let us embrace the opportunity to come together in unity, open to the shared wisdom, compassion, and respect that guides us. May this gathering be a time of inspiration, collaboration, and growth, and may the intentions we set today lead us toward positive actions and harmonious outcomes. Let us proceed with mindful hearts and a collective sense of purpose. Amen. Notification of fire exits by Trustee Zimba.
The emergency exits are located to my left and to the rear of the room. In the event of an alarm or emergency, kindly use the exits and evacuate the building.
Need a roll call?
Trustee Adolph.
Here.
Trustee Zimba.
Here.
Trustee Kraft.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Morowski.
Here.
And Mayor Peterson.
Here. Tonight we have 9 items on the agenda. We'll have public comment on the items that are on the agenda initially. Later in the meeting, after we've done a round table of all the department heads, we'll come back for general questions and comments. So first thing up on our agenda is advertise for a public, whoops, did I get the right one?
Yep. Public hearing.
Okay, for public hearing. For the zoning change laws that we were talking about, this would be local law number 3 of 2026. The next item on the agenda tonight is the authorization to cut particular grass that have exceeded the 10-inch limit. Code Enforcement Officer Brian Musilak has been working on this, so it looks like we have about 11 on the list tonight. Next item, this is number 3, permission for the Depew Volunteer Fire Department. Various positions for vehicles that are going to the Lancaster parade for 4th of July, as well as the fireworks in the village of Lancaster. Agenda item number 4. This is permission for a number of the people from the police department to take trainings that are out of town. Agenda item number 5 is appoint summer recreational seasonal help. We're adding 4 more people to that list. Agenda item number 6 is appoint a new police lieutenant. 7, award the bid for the 2026 sanitary sewer improvements. The bid opening was last Thursday?
Yes,
I think it was Thursday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay.
Yep.
This was for Phase 9. That was on June 17th, and it was awarded to Genesee Valley Construction LLC out of Portageville, New York. It's $1,112,350. That's Phase 9 of 10.
11.
11, not the now? Yeah. Authorize the movie nights, which we run in conjunction with Green Acres Ice Cream Shop. These are 4 Wednesdays in the month of July, and that's out at the Pavilion in Fireman's Park. All right, agenda item number 9 is permission for me to sign the agreement with Skylighters for the fireworks display that we're having on July 3rd at Fireman's Park. Okay, any of those items there, if somebody has something to say or question on those, step to the podium, name and address. We'll do our best to answer your question.
And we should note, we're going to be adjourning the public hearing.
Okay, yep. Anybody have anything on those agenda items? Okay, seeing that there's none, we're going to move right along. Item number 1.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we open the public hearing regarding local law number 3 of 2026, zoning law changes at 7:12 PM.
Second the motion?
Do we have a,
So, on the floor for the public hearing, I'd ask that the board simply adjourn the public hearing and keep it open. The code enforcement building department and my office are still working on what zoning changes should be implemented, and our draft is not ready.
not ready? Okay, so we have a motion to table it tonight?
Is that, yes?
Okay, could I have a motion on that, please?
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we table the discussion for the changing the zoning laws.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Agenda item number 2, this is the DPW grass cutting list for this meeting.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make a motion, move for its adoption. Whereas the village of Depew is encountering a numerous vacant and foreclosed homes in the village, and orders to remedy have been issued to the property owners on record at 351 Panora Street, 190 West Avenue, SBL 104.13-2-5, Niagara Mohawk Corporation, 70 Warner Road, 403 Columbia Avenue, 248 Ream Road, 100 Dean Road, 0 Dean Road, 0 Laverack Avenue, 0 Transit Road, which is SBL 104.09-1-4, which is New York State Electric and Gas Corporation, and 289 Argus Drive. Whereas the high grass is a nuisance to the neighbors and attracts rodents, be it resolved, permission is hereby granted for the Department of Public Works to mow the above-named streets that are not mowed by the date due on the order to remedy for the year 2026. The cost of said mowings will be attached to the village tax bill for that property.
I second that motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Adolf.
Yes.
Trustee Zimmer.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Moravsky.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Agenda item number 3, permission for Depew Volunteer Fire Department.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Permission is hereby granted for Car 9, Engine 3, Engine 4, and Antique 41 to participate in the Independence Day Parade in the Village of Lancaster on Saturday, July 4th, 2026. Permission is also hereby granted for Car 9, Engine 1, and Engine 6 to stand by on the evening of Saturday, July 4th, 2026 in the Village of Lancaster for their fireworks.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Agenda item number 4, permission for the Depew Police Department and their officers to take various police trainings.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Whereas permission is hereby granted to Police Officer Justin Handley to attend the Close Quarters Tactics course in Oriskany, New York, from July 7th to July 10th, 2026. He is traveling there with CPD SWAT team members and does not need to take a department vehicle. Lodging is free, breakfast and lunch are included, dinner is not included, and that is the only expense.
I second the motion.
Chief, do you have anything to add? Explain why with Chief Twaga PD, maybe that hasn't been remembered, that we had the SWAT group.
Yeah, so we have 2 members of our department that are on the Cheektowaga SWAT team, Officer Handley being one of them, and this is furthering his education in SWAT tactics. I can tell you it's a brilliant course. It was written about 7 or 8 years ago by me. So he's going to attend that course. It's a 3-day course, and it's a course that we'd actually like to send all our young officers to eventually. It's not just for SWAT officers. There's several courses in Oriskany, fantastic training, and it's pretty inexpensive training as well. So.
Very good. All right. I need a roll call, please.
Trustee Adolf.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Moravsky.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Agenda item number 5, this is appoint summer recreational seasonal workers. Pursuant to Section 4-400 of Village Law, I, Kevin J. Peterson, do hereby appoint the following for seasonal summer employment in the Rec Department. In the lifeguard positions, Elizabeth Steffens, Carter Leavitt, Liam Nicholas, and Alyssa Urbino. Need a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Adolf.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Marowski.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
So we have 25 lifeguards for the summer. I think we're in pretty good shape to open up our pools. Agenda item number 6, appoint a new police lieutenant. Pursuant to Section 4-400 of Village Law, I, Mayor Kevin J. Peterson, do hereby appoint Jessica Kotarski to the position of police lieutenant from the Civil Service Exam number 700-13840 list, effective June 22nd, 2026. Chief, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I would love to add some stuff. Jess came to us from Niagara County, where she started her career. She worked there as a dispatcher as well as a patrol officer. And we were fortunate enough to grab her. And promoting her to lieutenant is a privilege. Jess has been a star in our FTO program. She's our recruit liaison. She works with our recruits when they're in their academy. Our crisis intervention team, she does a lot with community policing, and recently she graduated the AIU accident investigation courses. So the best thing I could say about Jess, if you play baseball, the best thing you say about a baseball player is that they're a gamer. Well, the highest compliment you can get as a police officer is that you're a copper, and Jess is a cop through and through. So we're glad to welcome her to the supervision ranks of the Depew Police Department.
She's got 3 little ones there as well, so you guys are
Yep.
busy. I take a roll call vote on this, please.
Trustee Adolf.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Marowski.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Okay. Chief?
Yeah. Jess?
Okay. You got somebody with a camera? Lieutenant, come on up there. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Thank you.
Board members, Darren?
I have nothing this evening.
Okay.
Sorry.
Deputy Mayor?
Congratulations, very much.
Trustee Yale?
Appreciate you and being part of this village, so thank you.
Trustee Kraft?
Yeah, congratulations. Thanks for coming on board, and good luck.
Very good. All right, great, thank you. Agenda item number 7, award a bid of the 2026 sanitary sewer improvements.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution and move for its adoption. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the village engineer, Nussbaumer and Clark Incorporated, the bid for the 2026 sanitary sewer system improvements, Phase 9, bid opening June 17, 2026, in the bid amount of $1,112,350 be awarded to Genesee Valley Construction LLC, 7923 State Route 19A, Portageville, New York 14536.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Adolf.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Marowski.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Agenda item number 8, authorize the movie nights in the park.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, permission is hereby granted to hold movie nights at Fireman's Park on the following dates: July 8th, July 15th, July 22nd, and July 29th, 2026. Use of the park is also granted on August 5th and August 12th, 2026, as rain dates if needed. Permission is also granted for the use of the restrooms at Fireman's Park Pavilion. Green Acres Ice Cream will be on site as well.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Adolf.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Marowski.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Agenda item number 9, permission to sign a Skylighters agreement and contract for the fireworks.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, Mayor Kevin Peterson is authorized to sign the agreement with Skylighters Fireworks for their pyrotechnic display on July 3rd, 2026.
I second that motion.
Need a roll call vote?
Trustee Adolph.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Marowski.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
All right, item number 10, the employment applications from our rec department was Carter Livet, Elizabeth Steffens, and Alyssa Urbino. There are no department head reports this meeting. There's no unfinished or other business. Before we get to public concerns and comments, we'll go around the room for the department heads we do have. Did you have a report for DPW?
I do. DPW, they are continuing their work on the playground here on St. James, which technically they call the South Side Playground.
Is that it?
Yeah, we just call it St. James. They've had the chippers out and will continue to have them out to clean up a lot of the brush that has been out from the storms. And Phase 2 milling will start on July 15th. Those streets include Sable Palm, Airview, Domino, and Crane.
Okay. Don, over in building, code enforcement?
I apologize, I do not have a lot for tonight. I've been out for the last couple of weeks, and it's my first day back. So I'm not sure what new businesses and stuff have come in application-wise since I've been gone, but if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll help anyone with any questions that they have.
Anything to share on the Area 1 BOCES plan? It seems like that was...
So I haven't been there in a couple of weeks. I went in there today and I was absolutely shocked how much they had gotten done in the west portion of the building. They've already started framing the interior. Most of the new concrete's in, the ramps. They've got the fire suppression system started, the heating systems are started. All the underground plumbing and that section stubbed up into the walls already, so they're moving along pretty good.
That one entrance on the west side of the property, it looks like it's going to be
Off Dick Road?
up a hill kind of thing, right?
And so the reason why they haven't gone any further with that yet is there's still natural gas and power coming in through, if you've seen that little wall there, that was actually conduit that's been encased in concrete, over the years. Once they get everything else online, that'll come out and they'll finish the entrance on that side, when they get that removed.
Okay, good. Chief McNamara from police?
Yeah, I would just be, again, remind people of the nicer weather, motorcycles, bicyclists, and the e-bikes are out there. I'll give the mayor another chance to give us his opinion on e-bikes. But share the roads, be careful, accidents are up, and there's lots of traffic enforcement going on out there, so please be careful.
Other side of the table, you got Fire Chief Brian Musley.
Good evening, everyone. Since our last board meeting, we've had 12 calls, which brings us to 171 year-to-date. We're ramping up for July 3rd and July 4th for the festivities in our own village and also the festivities in our neighboring village of the Village of Lancaster. Just submitted over the weekend the final draft to FEMA for a grant to replace all our hoses, fire hose, and all of our some appliances and stuff that hook up from the hose to the hydrant and the hose to the truck for $106,000, $106,381. We'll probably start hearing whether we get that a grant money or not through FEMA around September. But I'm pretty confident that we got a good chance of getting that. I'd like to congratulate Lieutenant Katarski. I was an assistant chief when she first joined the force several years ago, and I had a lot of time working with her at public relations events with the fire department and police department. We're both at together, along with many of our calls and like structure fires and car accidents and stuff, and she's always been a pleasure to work with. and look forward to working with you in this capacity, Jess. And other than that, just some fire safety stuff with campfires. It's that time of the season, whether you're using it for cooking, whether you're using it for recreational, just make sure that you follow the code. The basics are it's gotta be 15 feet away from any accessory structures or any major vegetation. Do not leave it unattended. If you're going to go in the house or you're going to leave your property, make sure that it's extinguished fully. Otherwise, we will get calls. And it's a safety hazard. And also make sure that you have either a fire extinguisher or a water source close by in case it does get out of hand. It needs to be contained in a contained unit. You can't just start a fire on your grass with nothing else around it, like no fire pit or anything like that. And it can't be no larger than the flame can't be any higher than 3 feet high. So we have had some calls recently about that, and I got a funny feeling I'll be asked about that a little bit later on in the meeting. So here again, just follow those safety rules and everything will be fine, and you won't need the fire department. All right, that's it, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Village Attorney Sam Albert.
Okay, we have circulated a draft cannabis law, revisions to our cannabis law to kind of update regarding what we've seen on the ground in the past couple of years, as well as new changes to regulations in New York State. So hopefully we can get our heads on straight and have that as a public hearing in the next few weeks. Lots of work to do on our zoning law changes, which is something we've talked about. I'm glad to see that as an open public hearing. We've got an ERPO this week. Yeah. Thanks, Depew Police Department. Should be fun.
What's an ERPO?
An extremist protection order hearing, where we've got to keep some guns off the street. And anyone has any questions about that, I'm happy to answer them later. I think that's about it.
That's it? Okay. Village Administrator Regina?
We're just gearing up for our summer series. We had the first concert on Thursday, and it was great. A lot of great food trucks. Even despite the weather, a lot of people still attending, and we almost made it through the whole thing without getting rained on. Very close to the end. Just a note, if for any reason the concerts are canceled or changed, all of that information will be on our website and our Facebook page. You don't need to call our recreation department or the clerk's office. We will keep you as up to date as possible. They might not even know yet before it's on our Facebook page. So that'll get the accurate, right information.
I can tell you, I'm not canceling if it's raining in the morning, and there's a possibility that we're going to have it at 7 o'clock. Okay, it's just not going to happen. It's not easy to reschedule these artists that come in, and we're booked solid right through September with an awful lot of things. So we're going to do everything we can in order to get the show on the road and actually produce it for that night. So just sit tight. As soon as we, if we're looking at 4 o'clock as an example, and you're looking at your trusty weatherman and you're saying it's going to be raining at 6 and 7 o'clock, we're going to cancel it. But we're not going to do anything much before 4 o'clock unless it's absolutely 100% going to be a rainy day. Do our best to get it in. All right. We're going to go to Deputy Mayor Morosky. You're up first tonight. Anything for us?
Everybody hit everything except for the fabulous 3rd of July fireworks we're going to be having, along with the concert series on July 3rd at Fireman's Park.
Trustee Z?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Okay, down the other side, Trustee Kraft.
I am trying to work with a local Depew High School art student. She's going to be redoing that mural. If you're familiar with Fireman's Park, there's a mural on like the back side of the pool house that faces the playground. We're gonna get that all stripped off, get the bricks cleaned up and ready for her, and then she's gonna be making a very pretty floral arrangement to kind of jazz everything up. It's been like over 30 years, so it's due. That's my big project right now, and getting ready for Founders Day, the movie nights. It's a fun summer.
You got one more month on your contest?
Yes, the passport project, there's a little over a month left, so you can still start it if you haven't yet. You go to any of the restaurants that are listed on the passport to start it. You make a minimum purchase, get your stamp, you go around to all 11 places and hand it back to me by August 1st for a chance to win gift certificates from the participating businesses. That's it.
Okay. Trustee Adolph, what do you got for us?
Oh man, we didn't even get into some of the stuff I've been working on. So I have, again, I just want to keep everyone abreast that I've been trying to spearhead more discussions on the bridges located in Depew. I had a discussion with Assemblyman Pat Chalinsky. Hopefully he'll talk to Department of Transportation as he's in Assembly. I've been trying to get in contact with Dave Britton from Nussbaumer and Clark as well. So I am pursuing avenues to hopefully move forward as so we're prepared when Bridge New York arrives again. Another thing is we do the veterans banners and the on across from Veterans Park. We'll be going through that avenue again. So anyone that has family members that lived in Depew or currently live in Depew or previously lived in Depew that were veterans of any branch of the Army are able to submit their photos, and we'll hopefully have a spot to put them on the banners, provided that the company we work with is able to get sponsorships for. So you can always email me to continue that discussion at aadolf@village or at DepewNewYork.gov. Thanks.
Yeah, just so it's clear, the company we work with out of Rochester
Yep.
does all the background work for us. They get the sponsors, they get the renewals every year, and they arrange for the printing of the banner, and then they give it to us, and we give it to our electrical department to put up. So even if Andrew has 10 people that want their veteran family member to be up there, we need to have somebody sponsoring that banner up on a pole.
Yep.
So it's in conjunction with the company that we work with. This way, there's no cost to the village, no cost to the taxpayer, no cost to the resident or the family of the veteran.
Correct. Zero taxpayer implication.
But I know there's so many would like to have it up there. And the other thing that we discussed earlier today is typically these banners are up for a year. Andrew got them up last year, early November, so it wouldn't be a year until November of this year. But we're going to keep them up through another year because there's so many people that would like to see their family members up. And then after that, we'll recycle and put to another featured item that's on there. Okay? All right. Now we open the floor. Anybody have any comments, questions on anything you have, just come to the podium, name and address, and then we'll do our best to answer your question. Come on up. How are you tonight?
I'm well. How are you all?
Good.
Great. Good. Good evening. So my name is Celestine Simmons, and I reside at 263 Evane Drive.
263?
263, yes. The community of Evane Drive at large wants to express their appreciation first to the Assistant Code Enforcement Officer, Kate. She's just been so helpful, so supportive. We really appreciate that. Also, the Fire and Chief Inspector, we really appreciate all of the way you handled expeditiously cutting the lawn at 243 Evane, which was unsightly. We really appreciate you taking care of that so quickly. And the board at large, just for your time and attention to our concerns in the community. We just wanted to share the recent events that occurred since the last time we were here a couple weeks ago, because there has been, unfortunately, a few more incidents. I'm sure that some of you are aware. We've been sending emails to Kate, and I believe the mayor received one but from Teresa today. Tuesday, June 9th, my husband and I came home around 10:30. There was a mid-size white truck parked in front of Shaw's house, which is 259 Evane. It was running with the lights on for a period of time, and two men were talking to Shaw in his yard. Tuesday, June 16th, around 9:27 p.m., we're on a neighborhood chat, and one of our neighbors sent a picture in the group chat of a pile of burning twigs that was happening at 259 Evane Drive, which is Shaw's residence that he's renting out as an Airbnb. from the photo, we could tell that the pile that was burning was right on the grass, and it was still lit, like you could see the fire portion of the brush burning. So my husband and I were out, but we got home around 10 p.m. On our side of the property, we got our ladder because we could still smell something burning, and we kind of just peeked over his yard, and we could still see it. It wasn't as pronounced as was in the picture that we saw in the group chat, but it was still there. So I decided to call the Depew police and just ask, is this a concern? To me, it seems like a concern. The officer said yes, especially since the owner wasn't home and it was unattended. So he dispatched a fire truck. They were there expeditiously at 10:17 p.m. and we're not sure what occurred, but I do believe Shaw showed up and it seemed like it was handled.
So I can comment on the fire part of it. So yeah, he did not show back up that night, at least not when police or fire were there. We showed up and it was, yes, it was still burning and smoldering, but we noticed that, trying to figure out, was he burning twigs or branches, or then I heard somebody say that he started a bush on fire back there to burn it out. I don't know, but needless to say, there was no approved fire pit or fire ring to have a fire, right? And of course, it was left unattended, and of course, there was no water source in case it did get out of hand. So I did follow up with him as the fire marshal. He got a warning. He does know that if it happens again, that he will be levied a fine, which is within our code for open burning in the village. And so I think, because I was there today, I just drove by the property to see how it looked, and he was just out. He was actually there, so I stopped and I talked to him, and now, which the DPW will be there by to pick up all those branches and everything.
Oh, okay.
Within the next couple days. But it looks like he tore a lot of the bushes out and trees out and everything else. And in not defending him, but in his defense, it looks a lot better than what it did, right? And he's not burning it, so he's taking it to the front, right, for the DPW to put in the chipper and get rid of. The grass is cut there, thankfully. And then I did do a walkthrough of the house to make sure he had all the proper amount of smoke detectors and CO detectors, and that they were all working and everything. And then I did ask him about some of the freezers and commercial coolers, basic commercial kitchen equipment that he had in the backyard. And he said that he showed me none of it was plugged in, there was nothing inside of it. He said he was storing it there for the time being, but he has it on marketplace and is trying to get rid of it. I said, okay, just want to verify that you are not doing any, I know this restaurant isn't open yet, but that you're not doing any commercial cooking here on a residential property, because that's not allowed. He was reminded of that, and he said that he was not. So that's where we're at with it. I know Kate's working on the shed part of it.
Let's let her finish.
Oh,
She's got,
no.
You've got
No.
something, and if he has to add more, then we can do that.
No, that was perfect. 'Cause
Perfect?
then
All right.
it was part of our
Let's hear what you have to say. Let's put it on.
Thank
record.
you, and thank you so much,
Yeah.
Fire Chief. So thank you so much for taking care of all of that. So on Saturday, which was this past Saturday, at about 4:40 p.m., Teresa sent, again on the neighborhood chat thread, quote-unquote, police officer at 259 Evane Drive. So she was just asking the group of us if we had seen the activities in our community. And then she shared that another message that said all the people, there was a family staying there over for a couple of nights, and they had a couple of cars, and they had children and a dog, and they were wonderful. They were actually really wonderful guests that were staying there, but then all of a sudden they were frantically moving their items out of the house. And so what had happened, and Teresa, myself, and Peggy spoke directly with the woman who had rented the Airbnb. She said she received a message after they had already gotten to the property at about 12:15 a.m. Shaw, the owner, sent them a message and said, just to let you know, there's going to be somebody staying in the basement. So she thought that the entire house was theirs, but they were like, okay. Well, Saturday at 4:40, they hear these curdling screams coming from the basement. They assumed that it was a domestic violence issue, so they called the local law enforcement, and they showed up. They were two people who were in the basement. They both, our understanding is, fled. I, at the time, went to the front door and I saw a woman walking past my house from 259, and the police was chasing her and said, "Get back here." Later, it was discussed, some of my other neighbors said that they saw bruises on the woman's face, and she was put into the parole car, and then after that, there was an ambulance that showed up, and she was moved to the ambulance as well. A gentleman who we believe could have been the perpetrator took off, ran down the street toward Patrick, and two law enforcement officers followed him. I believe he was apprehended and put into the parole vehicle as perhaps the perpetrator. So Shaw did show up. The family that was there, they were highly upset. One of the gentlemen there, the lady's son who rented it, was a lawyer, and she said, you know, we're probably going to try to recoup some of our money, but we are having trouble finding another place to stay, but we are not staying here. She mentioned that she thought it was like a safe neighborhood from what it looked like, and she was surprised actually that an Airbnb was in the neighborhood of this caliber. But we were very apologetic. We apologized on behalf of Shaw that we were sorry that she had to leave, and she was here for a game, I believe, a baseball game. So she kind of had to shift all of her plans, and they had like 3 trucks, and they were bringing out. We felt really bad that this was a situation that occurred.
Chief, did you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, I can share that we did respond, and we did apprehend and arrest one individual, and the young lady was cared for and taken to a local hospital to be checked out, and then she got resources that were available to her. There's an ongoing investigation in regards to the rest of it, so I really can't share much more than that.
Right. No, I appreciate that information. Glad that the lady was okay. We were concerned about her safety. So with all of that said, we just wanted to bring you up to speed a bit. We had a few questions for the board, and I'm hoping that I can respectfully ask Attorney Alba. Yes, is that okay?
So he's super approachable.
He seems it. We were wondering, is there anything that you can do about the short-term rental? There's a law, right, about short-term rentals, or no?
So we've been looking at what we did last time this came out, and I thought we had passed a resolution banning that individual unit because we didn't want to punish everyone. You know, there's responsible owners out there. It was floated, we do a moratorium. We didn't think that was appropriate. But what I was reminded by our village administrator, who I think is an actual attorney in the witness protection program, but she's usually right about things. Anyway, is that we didn't actually do that because that house sold and the problem went away. So we had the resolution. I updated and circulated the resolution for this property, and we had a lot of discussion about whether or not we can do that. And what I came away from our pre-meeting is I need to do some research to make the board a little bit more comfortable to pass a kind of one-off resolution.
Okay.
At least on Plan A. Plan B is what we learned recently is that the county has a short-term rental registry, and they can fine people up to $100 a day for not being on that. So I've already reached out to some contacts I have in the County of Erie's Law Department to see how we can bring this to their attention, see if they're registered, and, you know, while we work out the legal kinks, hopefully you can get some action right away with something that's already set up.
Okay.
It's kind of a balancing act, right? Because on the one hand, we don't want to ban the
Right.
people who are doing this right entirely.
Correct.
On the other hand, we don't want something like this to ever happen again in our village. So I hope I answered your question.
Yes, yes,
Those are the two things we're
absolutely.
working on. I wish we had action tonight, but
No, we know that it's a process.
We've got to
And it's
do it
helpful
right.
to know what the process is, for sure. this seems new, but do you know how long this might take to kind of move to the next
Yeah,
stage?
so if we can do it by resolution, we could do it at the next board meeting. I need to make everyone a little bit more comfortable legally.
I understand.
See, what would happen if we got sued over this or something like that?
Right.
Other than me being busier. And,
So we have to get back from your contact in Erie County.
right, that will probably happen before next meeting too. We'll have an update on that.
We need to know more about this list that they can, that they-
Right,
Okay.
and if we decide we're gonna pass our own local law, it's usually about a 60-day process. So we have to advertise for a public hearing, that would be on the agenda at the next board meeting. We have to have the public hearing at the following board meeting. We can, sometimes the timelines don't line up and it's 2 meetings out. We can then vote on the law if everyone agrees on it, and then it gets submitted to the state. I say 60 days, really 30, but 30 to 60 days if we're gonna pass our own local law and institute our own regulations.
Okay.
I do think there was also a draft of that at some point, but
There was.
it may
There
have,
was.
it may have entirely banned Airbnbs, which we don't wanna do.
Yeah, no, we're not looking for that, for sure.
Also wondering, has anyone in the community complained specifically to Airbnb?
So-
We were wondering like, oh, maybe that could get them like kicked off their,
Yeah, Deanna has, I believe there's been some,
okay.
there's been some comments left on the site
Yeah.
about it. Yes, is there, so and that actually, that kind of is a caveat to my next question. Is there anything else that we can do as a community? I will tell you, we have cordial conversations with Shaw on a regular basis. There were text message threads last night explaining our concerns, breaking things down for him. But is there anything else that we can do? Should we start a petition as a community, or is that too disruptive?
I don't-
Anything?
I don't think disruptive is an adjective I'd use to describe this group. You've been very respectful. No, you have our attention. We're gonna do everything we can.
How those conversations go, I'm curious.
I can send them to you. I've been screenshotting them all and putting them in a Google document and in folders just to keep everything organized,
And
but
it's all respectful?
it is
back and
very
forth?
respectful back and forth.
Really?
I feel like there's a disconnect. I feel like part of it, I think some of his responses are being written by someone else because even though we can understand his English, it's a little broken, but the emails are very well written. So
Bless you.
Maybe he's using Google Translate or something.
my husband said it. I wonder if he's using, Chat GPT or something to make those, but
I've dealt with him several times. It is difficult to understand what he's trying to get across sometimes.
yeah. So yeah, but they've been wonderful conversations. And I just feel like sometimes he's not understanding how he's affecting the community and to what degree. So actually, I just sent him a text message because his last text message to me asked me, what did I do wrong? Which I thought, oh, that's so humble of him. So I literally outlined it first. I outlined all the things that he did that's been great, because he takes great care of the property. But then I went into, these are the things that we're concerned about that we really would like to see stop. So I'm waiting for his response to that.
I drive by there, I'm pretty familiar with the neighborhood, I'm not that far from there. And I know I think it was last week, I drove by and I seen the grass, so I was all over code enforcement and music over there
used to it.
about that. And, I then left my office downtown to come out here for the meeting. I drove by and the grass was lower, but there was a wall of those shrubs. Did those shrubs come from the backyard?
So he's ambitious and industrious, and yes, he's been pulling out,
So
he pulls
can you
out them
now
by
see his
himself.
yard from your yard without the ladder?
Yes, right, yes. You can see right through from either side.
Really?
So he wants to take them down further is what he says.
So we talked to DPW tonight at pre-board or earlier meeting, and Brian said 1 to 2 days, but I think they'll be there tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Should he be calling like for bulk pickup for that or anything?
Not for that, no.
Okay.
We drive the neighborhoods every day,
Okay.
and those things usually don't sit there too long.
Right.
Except last week was the wind and all, there's a lot more out there.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. Thank you. So our cause for concern is, as I kind of alluded to earlier, was these individuals who were living in the basement long-term. We did talk to him about it. It's been discussed that there's been about 4 people that we think are coming and going. They're coming through the garage and going into the house. So we told him that, as a community, we watch out for each other. Yeah, nosy at sometimes, but to each other's benefit, we keep an eye on things that are going on. Do we have any responsibility to report this activity on any level?
Go ahead.
Don't mind. If you see that there's people staying there in that basement, they're not allowed, okay? There's no secondary means of egress. It's not a duplex, it's a single family.
Yes.
I will be addressing that with him. Like I said, I just got back here, so trying to catch up on everything in one day is very hard. But I did talk to our fire chief about that earlier, so I will be reaching out to him to let him know that that is a no-no, we can't do it. If you notice someone do it, let me know.
Okay.
If you get them on your Ring doorbell camera, if you record it, them coming in and spending the night, leaving the next day, let me know. I could use that.
Okay.
Okay?
Should we call the police or just notify you?
You
Which
can just
do you
call
prefer?
my office. I'll give you my card
Okay.
when we're done with the meeting here.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
And since Kate's not here, Code Enforcement, Dawn, is it okay if we ask you what the 2 violations that you gave Mr. Shaw, or is that not?
So, no, you could ask that question, it's fine. One was for building a shed without a permit. The second one was, I believe, for disturbing the peace.
Okay. Thank you so much. So our next bullet point, I'm almost done, I swear. The R1 zoning, and as you all are aware, actually, I was just educated tonight by Marcus and Molly. The primary purpose of the zoning is to preserve the quiet suburban character of the neighborhoods by prohibiting commercial businesses, many multifamily apartments, and heavy industrial usage. So my question is the village of Depew, Evane Drive, covered by the R1 zoning? And if you have to get back to me on
No,
this,
I
that's
can answer
fine.
that question for you. It is covered, but in any district, if you're going to rent your property, you're allowed to.
Right.
That'd be no different if you got a job for $1 million, being a model in Hollywood, you took off and rented your house out. It's not illegal to do. We don't have currently a short-term rental because we've only had 2 instances in the last 3 years.
3 years.
One, kids rented illicitly rented under someone else and had a party, which is similar to, I guess, what happened while I was
Yes.
gone. How do you control, even the best landlord couldn't control a situation like that.
Right.
You get an application and then you got the credit card and it seems legit and then however they did it, they stole the ID. I don't know how they get these things, but it happens now and again. We don't have a huge problem with it,
Right.
but when we do have it, we make it very well known to the person that the party happened, that they have to screen these people better and stuff. I'd hate to punish, because just to show of hands, how many people here have rented an Airbnb somewhere? Right? I mean, we've all done it for some reason or other. It's good to have. Unfortunately, sometimes you just get bad actors, and they can really screw things up in a neighborhood and make it seem unsafe. I wouldn't say it's unsafe. Hopefully, this never happens again on your street, and we can pray for that, but we don't want to be overzealous and punish people that also do it properly,
Right.
So
No, we
there's a fine line to
understand.
walk, like Sam said.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. We are concerned, and this kind of goes back to the conversation that we had with Attorney Alba, that there are several homes in our neighborhood that are going up for sale on Evane, on Inez. And whereas we're not opposed, of course, to people having Airbnbs, like you said, we've stayed in them. And what we are concerned about, though, is if individuals are going to continue to buy these houses and use them for Airbnbs. Is that going to violate any of the R1 zoning laws that would still?
Not right now.
Okay.
Like he says, we're trying to craft something that is fair,
Right, but
but
still
strict enough,
protects.
that's,
So I guess how would you know that, when
Right,
somebody's, offering to buy your home as an example? I mean, I don't know how you'd ever regulate that. It has
You're
to be,
right.
has to be something on the back end after something's happened. I would
Yeah,
think,
I
right?
don't think there's any
I
infrastructure.
don't know that you can
The
say,
only
no,
thing
I'm
we
not
can do
taking you.
is put a registry forward saying that it has to be registered. And I believe if we reach out to the Airbnb company and tell them that they have to be registered, that's, if people want to get on, that maybe they would make that known to them, you know. And I guess we'd almost have to, create some type of a fine structure. First time
Oh,
something happens, second time,
so
third
there's some
time,
repercussion.
cumulatively, it gets a little bit
This is
more,
what
so.
counts.
Yeah.
You know, they do a better job screening people, but you gotta remember, they don't normally do it, Airbnb does this.
Right.
On their behalf.
Right.
So again, if you get a bad actor and they steal someone's information and, you know, go through and it looks all legit, and then they throw a party, how do you stop that? I mean, I don't, if somebody's got an idea, let us know, because
Well, we
right now,
definitely will think about it.
we're stumped, you know?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
tough situation.
No, it's understood. So we've had about 4 disruptive, thank you, code inspector, sorry. We've had about 4 disruptive incidences within a month. How many occurrences before, well, it sounds like we're moving forward. So
Yeah.
we talked about that before, and I know the actions taken. So yes, our target is not the owner. Like I said, we've had cordial conversations. We welcome him. We wish him and his family would move into the area, into the house, and then we wouldn't have these issues, but it's just the short-term rentals that we're concerned about, and it sounds like we're moving forward. So we really appreciate all the work that you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
out.
Very well put, thanks. Anyone else would like to come up and comment?
Sorry, technology.
Just need the name and address, please.
Pamela Schweikert, 64 Arlington Place.
Okay. Alrighty, go ahead.
All right, so thank you for letting me speak this evening. I've been a resident of Depew since we bought our home in 2006. We've lived as its residents for 20 years, and for so many of these years, we've had to call the village because our commercial neighbor refuses to maintain his property. I've been in contact with Kate in code enforcement and Ellen, her secretary, wonderful women, since my first call at the beginning of April. I filed a formal complaint as well as many follow-up calls to which, unfortunately, the girls have started to know my voice before they even know my name. The commercial fence behind our property is owned by Hillview Restaurant. It is a constant issue, and once again, I am required to stand before you for another piece of this issue. The current issue at hand first occurred after a bad storm in early January. We have been understanding of our unpredictable Western New York weather, but now that the weather has become favorable for at least 2 months, why is this still an issue that myself and my neighbors are dealing with? This is affecting myself at 64, my neighbors at 70 Arlington, and 76 Arlington the most. This current broken fence is a huge eyesore from Transit Road, but an even bigger eyesore as well as a safety issue for us as families on Arlington Place. We have children that are also from the ages of infants as little as 1 to 19 years old at Dansation's Dance Studio. These kids walk around this area as part of the parking lot and see this situation. Their dance classes will also try to practice behind the building when the weather is nice. We've discovered rusty nails, broken glass, garbage from the commercial property is blowing into our residential properties, not to mention people can enter the residential property from Transit Road without knowledge of us as homeowners, potentially to cause mischief. This has happened before, and the last time we had this issue, we had teens coming through using this broken fencing as a personal walkthrough through our private property. Clear views from Transit Road to residential homes creates a safety issue, especially with the increase in overnight thefts, with the car break-ins and all the other things that we're kind of keeping couple of red flags on, okay? Families want to use their yards, okay? It's getting to be nice out. Spring, summer enjoyment, as well as we worry leaving our kids in our yards for even a moment. My neighbors, for example, have a 3-year-old and a child with special needs. Mom is a stay-at-home mom. One girl runs one way, the other girl runs the other. I worry a lot. My daughter's 9, my son is 17. Not so much of a worry there, but I don't feel safe leaving my daughter in the backyard by herself, seeing that this is such an open area on such a busy section of road. All right. I've had to take extra steps to keep our individual properties safe, such as cameras, additional locks, which is sad because I've felt that our neighborhood is safe from a personal standpoint. So Kate had asked me I'm not sure, I can't remember the name of the woman that called me. Kate wasn't here today, but she had reached out to someone to call me by phone and say, is it possible that you can attend this evening? We have had multiple correspondences, phone calls. I have been told there's been phone calls, letters, you name it, and they're all going unanswered. Okay? So we did a quick little research, and there are actually multiple maintenance codes that this issue is falling under. I can give you a few examples if you want them.
No, I know the situation you're talking about. Kate reached out to me a couple weeks back because of my position to go and talk to Milton, and I did.
Oh,
Milton's not there as much as he always used to be, but we sat down, we talked. He had given me an assurance it was going to happen within the week. That was the first message back to Kate. I'm sure that got you. It's been more than 3 weeks now. She asked me again last week, and I made 2 attempts to come out there and talk to him again, but I did not catch him when he was there. So tonight at the pre-board meeting, we discussed it, and they're going to write the citation for that. So I tried to be, Kate asked me to try and be a mediator, if you would. I mean, he's been in the village for a long time, and I don't want to put any thoughts or words in his, but I get the impression he's at the end, perhaps.
but that's not an excuse.
No, it's not, but I'm saying that's what pushed it now to the next step. So our next step is not going to be pleasant. That's where he has to actually get cited, and that's
Okay.
to get the.
So our concern with that being brought to our attention, is this actually going to be taken care of appropriately?
Yes, I'm going to issue a violation letter within the next couple of days. We have to give him by law 30 days. At the end of 30 days, if he doesn't take care of it, then we put him into court. Now that, it gets a little bit more convoluted. It could be a court date a week later, it could be 3 weeks or a month later, and then they could cancel and reschedule up to 2 times. So it could push 2 or 3 months down the line. But usually once we send a violation letter, a business usually responds and does the right thing.
My understanding from talking to Kate is that this has been done multiple times since April.
Again, the law, or the mayor went out and talked to him. We try to be friendly to business. I mean, we're pro-business, but we're also pro the public. You know, we try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe something's going on in his personal life. I've been doing this a long time, and sometimes, you know, get cancer, somebody significant dies. Offense is probably the last thing on your mind when something like that happens. It does happen. I've been around a long time doing this. It's not an excuse, so I will cite him. We've tried the nice way. Now we're going to do it the hard way.
Yeah, I don't think anything has been done officially, otherwise it would have been on that timetable. So you said
So that is,
somebody
that is a little frustrating, because I was missing.
Well,
then.
just so you both know, there has been violations letters that went out.
Okay,
He likes to procrastinate, but he has fixed things. From what I understand, the fence was fixed, then it blew down again.
it's a separate portion now.
Yeah, well, that could be, that I don't normally handle the fence sections.
Yeah.
You know, property maintenance right now, I do other things, but I am the head of the department and I will oversee it myself and make sure it gets taken care
And just for example, unfortunately, the most frustrating part is the last time we dealt with this, it took 7 months for the fence to be replaced. At 6.5 months, I was called by someone from code enforcement asking for my search and survey to prove whether or not this was even his problem. So here we are again.
Yeah.
This happened in
of.
January.
I see, unfortunately,
I know positions have changed.
well, I was out, I had a medical scare, I was out several months ago.
Oh, I mean, I'm not
And
saying that
what-
anybody's not.
What happens sometimes is, Kate, she's been here about 3 years now, right? 3.5 years? So she's got a pretty good handle, and Brian, he's been catching up to speed and everything too. He's been here about a year and a half.
2 years.
But there is a lot of codes, and there's a lot of things. I would have known specifically, because I've been doing this a long time, it wouldn't have been your problem. Maybe Kate thought it was because you checked your survey, but the commercial business always has a responsibility to keep the balance between the commercial and residential, right? So I would have known that. Had I been here at the time when it happened, I would have told them that. But they try to do the best they can. If you looked at our codes, you'd see how extensive it is. It's not so easy sometimes finding something simple.
It was just a frustrating position as a homeowner to be put in, and that is something I keep in my firebox. So the
Yeah.
gentleman I spoke to, I says, okay, and I called him back a half an hour later, and I said, I have the document, where'd you like it? He's like, what? What do you mean you have the document? I'm like,
Oh, you're talking
But this-
over,
you're
you're
talking
talking about our previous administration in that office.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay,
Not,
so he's
not
not talking
this
about
current.
you.
It's
Okay,
the
that's
current-
This was
Yes.
a couple of years ago when it was the middle section of our fence. Now it's the end, which goes over to 70 Arlington. And then we got a couple pieces that are still good, and then it goes down to 76.
Yeah.
So.
Because I remember talking to him about 2 years ago, and I made him put up a fence section. He wanted a particular business put in, and I said, well, I'm not moving forward until you fix the fence. And he did. So sometimes you got to play hardball with these guys, but, you know, he has spent a lot of money on that plaza here lately. He had the whole thing, you know, repaved and restriped and, you know.
But it's just.
I know, listen, I get it. I'm not
Distressing.
making excuses for him.
There
He
is
should have taken
trash,
care of it, but
there's
we'll get a handle for you.
I mean, again, there's children.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Like I said, I'll personally oversee it. We'll get it handled. I'll give you my card also.
Okay.
So you have my information so you could reach out to me.
Can I ask what kind of time frame we can potentially look at?
So I literally just got back to work today.
No, I
and
understand.
I've got
Just-
hundreds of emails I have to answer right now and phone calls, text messages. Probably by the end of the week or first part of next week, I will send a violation letter out personally.
Okay.
I have to give him 30 days from that point by state law. I'm assuming once he gets the violation letter, because I can do it two ways. I could send regular mail, I could send it certified, and I could also post one right on his business front door. That'll get his attention. You know, usually when you see that, they'll move a little faster
Yeah,
because they don't want
Kate
negative
has told me
attention.
that she's talked to people at the restaurant and have said they've given him messages and then
Well, the problem
she gets
is
a hold
he's
of
out
him
of
and he's.
state most of the time. He's down in Florida, I believe.
Well, we know
So-
he goes to Greece like a
Well,
good
that could be,
chunk of the
I know
year,
that,
too,
it's
and-
very hard to get a hold of him, because I have left messages that have gone unanswered also, so. But
say it?
it says,
Yeah.
Yeah, Regina?
Kate is watching this online. She is taking care of it first thing in the morning when she gets
Who
it.
is? I'm sorry.
Kate.
Kate.
Oh,
So
hi Kate.
she's, yeah. Hi, Kate. But yeah, it is on her agenda first thing.
And she has also told me she drives by the property
Yeah.
every single day. She's like, it is as frustrating to me, but she keeps telling me, please keep calling, please keep reminding me, because by the time I get to work, 20
well,
things hit me when I walk through the door,
she's not
and
kidding.
then,
This time, it's a small, we're only 5.5 miles, but it's a very dense 5.5 miles. Our office is busy
Yeah.
24/7. And I'm not even kidding. I get there in the morning, I can't even believe half the time. It's lunchtime, I can't even believe it's the end of the day already. I mean, it just flies. We have so much going on. And we try to do the best we can, and you're not the only fence situation, trust me. There's a lot of stuff out there.
I mean,
And
with all due respect too, I did leave a message for Mayor Peterson, and I don't know if that was ever received but nothing has been ever
What,
followed up.
email?
No, I called you by, Kate transferred me to your voicemail and asked politely if I would leave you a message.
Okay,
So I figured this was the next best thing.
there you go. Now you got your say in.
And I don't want to
Don
be like
Kate will
this.
take care of that in the
No,
morning.
listen, we don't take offense to this. You're upset about something, just like you are. We try to do the best we can in the amount of time we're allotted. So we will work on this stuff actively and try to get it taken care of for you. All right?
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Anyone else tonight? Nothing, Dave? All right. One more time, anybody else? All right. Claims and accounts, number 14.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, the claims and accounts have been audited by the Finance Committee and approved for payment as follows.
From the general fund, $600,488.43. Zero community development. Sewer is $1,072.99. And capital projects is $4,055 for a total of $605,606.42.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Now entertain a motion for executive session.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we enter into executive session this evening at 8:10 PM to discuss a personal matter.
Personnel matter?
Personnel.
Personnel, excuse me. It's a rough night.
Second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. I'm struggling. Don, if you could get We're back from executive session. I take a motion to bring us back into session.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we exit executive session at 8:40 PM. No decisions were made.
I second that
All
motion.
those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Number 16 tonight, I would welcome a motion for adjournment.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we adjourn tonight's meeting at 8:38 PM.
I second the motion.
Well, hang on, let's just, for clarification here, we had executive session at 8:40 and 8:38, so.
Excuse me,
like,
my time was off.
Let's adjust the
8:40 to 8:37.
Okay, good, thank you.
My glasses are stained, I can't see the clock.
8:37. We should all,
So 8:38 by trustee Kraft, did we hear the second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's